You slip into life from the comfort of your mother's body, born live into the warm, humid world of the riverbed. The water is dark, muddy, and smells like decay. But you don't care. Your mom doesn't stick around to welcome you. To her, giving birth is no different from pushing out waste. In fact, she doesn't even notice you're there. You and your siblings scatter in all directions, and it's just as well. The river doesn't care that you're new here, and neither do the predators that call this place home. For every one of you darting into the water, there's a bird above, a bigger fish below, or a reptile lurking nearby, ready to make a snack out of you. But you've got something on your side, your whiskers. Long, sensitive barbles sprout from your face, and they're your lifeline. The water around you is murky and dark, but your barbles can feel the vibrations, taste the currents, and guide you to safety. These barbles aren't just sensory tools, they're survival tools, helping you navigate a world where eyesight means little. They can detect the faintest tremor of prey brushing against underwater plants, or the dangerous vibrations of a predator approaching too close. Barbles are so sensitive that they can pick up signals from several feet away, even in the murkiest of waters. This gives you an edge, allowing you to react to predators long before they see you. In one critical moment, your barbles alert you to the stillness of a lurking snakehead fish nearby, allowing you to dart into the mud just in time to avoid its ambush. Your first meal is a challenge, but hunger pushes you forward. You spot the faintest ripple in the water, a tiny insect larva twisting and turning just beneath the surface. The current nudges it closer, and you freeze, your entire body coiled with tension. Each movement of the larva feels amplified, a dance of life just beyond your reach. Slowly, you let the water carry you forward, your barbles tingling with anticipation. Then, in a flash, you strike, your jaws snapping shut with precision. The larva doesn't stand a chance. But not every hunt is a success. Sometimes the prey darts away at the last moment, leaving you chasing shadows in the murky water. Each missed opportunity sharpens your skills, teaching you that in this world, patience can mean the difference between a meal and an empty stomach. Life in the river is a game of survival. Every day, you lose siblings. A bird swoops down and snatches one from the surface, its talons glinting in the sunlight as it takes flight. A snake glides silently through the water, wrapping itself around an unsuspecting sibling before disappearing into the reeds. A larger predator, perhaps a freshwater dolphin, circles nearby, its sleek body cutting through the current before it lunges. You bury yourself in the mud, motionless, hoping no one sees you. It's not bravery, it's instinct. The mud not only hides you, but also muffles your scent, giving you a shield against predators who hunt by smell. When you're buried, the river's current seems distant, and for a moment you almost feel safe, as if the mud itself is cradling you. Weeks pass, and you've grown. You're not as tiny as you used to be, but you're still small enough to fit in a predator's mouth. You stick close to the shallows, where it's safer. The deeper parts of the river are a hunting ground for giants, larger fish, reptiles, and even freshwater dolphins. You've seen what happens when your siblings venture too far. They don't come back. And neither will I come back. If you guys don't like and subscribe, that is. Look here. 10 to 15 days. That's how long it takes to make one video, okay? If you don't want the next video to be about my miserable life, subscribe. In the shallows, you find safety among the tangled roots of river plants. These roots are not just a hiding spot, but also a place where smaller prey gathers, making it an ideal hunting ground for you. Your first real challenge comes during a flood. The river, calm and predictable, turns into a roaring torrent. The current grabs you, tossing you against rocks and debris. You're swept miles away, tumbling helplessly. When the waters finally settle, you find yourself in a flooded forest. The world has transformed. Trees are submerged and pools of water are teeming with life. Worms, insects, and stranded fish are everywhere, and you eat like never before. But the feast comes with risks. Bigger fish are here too, and they're hungry. You learn to hide in the roots of submerged trees, waiting out the danger. By now, you're no longer small and helpless. At a foot long, you're starting to make a name for yourself. If fish had names, that is. Smaller fish scatter when they sense you nearby. Your barbles guide you to hidden prey, and your ambush skills are sharp. You bury yourself in the mud, waiting for hours. When a frog swims too close, you strike, coiling around it and swallowing it whole. You've learned the rules of the river: stay hidden, strike fast, and never waste energy. Ambush hunting becomes your specialty. You've learned to predict where prey might pass and position yourself accordingly, minimizing effort and maximizing success. It's a delicate balance of patience and precision. But the river is full of surprises. One day, you encounter something bigger than you, a flathead catfish, one of your own kind, but massive, with a mouth big enough to swallow you whole. You freeze, hoping it doesn't see you. It does. A chase begins, but luck is on your side. You slip into a crevice in the riverbank, safe for now, but the encounter leaves you shaken. As you grow, your reputation grows too. At 2 feet long, you've moved up the food chain. Your prey gets bigger: frogs, small fish, even unlucky birds that stray too close to the water. You're an opportunist, eating anything you can find: insects, plants, even the scraps left behind by humans. Catfish are nature's scavengers, and you play your role well. You've even mastered hunting at night when the river is quieter and prey is less alert. Your barbles become even more valuable in the darkness, guiding you to food sources invisible to other predators. Then there's your armor, your second superpower. Your skin is thick and tough, covered in a layer of protective mucus. It's not just for looks, it helps you slip through tight spaces, avoid injuries, and even fight off infections. Some predators might take a bite out of you, but they rarely come back for seconds. That slimy coating also makes you nearly impossible to hold on to, even for a human hand. The mucus does more than protect you from predators. It also shields you from bacteria and parasites that thrive in the dirty waters you often inhabit. It's your invisible armor, keeping you alive in an environment where survival is never guaranteed. Then comes the season of change, mating. You find a secluded spot, a hollow log or a crevice, and attract a mate. Together, you guard the eggs, fanning them with your fins to keep them oxygenated. When the eggs hatch, hundreds of tiny fry enter the world, just as helpless as you once were. During this period, your focus shifts entirely to the next generation. You become hyper-vigilant, fending off predators and ensuring the survival of as many fry as possible. It's exhausting, but vital, a final testament to your role in the river's life cycle. You protect them for a time, but eventually, you let them go. Most won't survive, but a few will, and your legacy will live on. As you age, the river becomes a harder place to navigate. Your body starts to feel the weight of years spent hunting and surviving. You're slower now, and your once sharp instincts aren't as quick. One day, you sense a predator nearby, a flathead catfish, even larger than the one you encountered before. You don't run. You don't fight. You know your time has come. The river seems quieter now, less chaotic, as if it's giving you one last moment of peace. You find a familiar patch of mud and settle in, letting the currents flow gently over you. But not all endings are bad. Your body, worn down by time, becomes part of the river's cycle. It feeds the smallest creatures, from tiny insects to scavenging fish. It's not just an end, it's a beginning for countless others. The river, which gave you life, now reclaims you, keeping the balance intact. Your story doesn't end with you, it continues in the life of the river itself, a cycle as endless as the waters flow. But hey, if you thought your life was tough, there's another animal out there that has it even worse. Trust me, you don't want to miss their story. Check out the next video to find out.